The inner city in Sydney was a place that had been hit hard by the HIV epidemic. It was a place where there was a lot of hepatitis C. There were lots of people that were marginalised.
Sometimes we're guilty of putting our own agenda on people, but if somebody is not interested or willing to go down this path or this path, no problem. I'm here tomorrow and it'll be nice to see you again, and that's fine.
The doctors and that they're just easy to talk with. They're non-judgmental. They don't look at you as you're just a drug user, like you're a patient. You're a human being.
A good peer needs a good heart.
I first came to Kirkton Road Centre, I guess on my second stint on the streets. My use of drugs in general had dramatically declined, but I just wanted to touch base with Kirkton Road and just get some bloods done to see what's going on inside and if there's anything I needed to address. In getting my results, I found that I had Hep C and there was a good treatment on offer, and I decided to take it.
Too easy.
Cool, thank
so
you.
See you back here in a week, the following Monday.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any problems, just give us a
No, thank you very much for that. Very to no side effects. Been an easy process to go from learning about the news of having Hep C to getting treatment for Hep C. You know, it's been hasn't been a tough ride at all yet.
Well, I think that we can be proud to say that we've almost treated 500 people with DAA's name, and many of those individuals probably wouldn't have got treatment in other settings. And I think having managed to treat so many people and started to impact on prevalence locally, we can now turn our attention to those that are harder to reach.
We need to be the ones to put ourselves out and to do things a little bit differently for people. So that's where Hep at Home is a bit different, and it's pushing away from that service base or that clinic base out into the communities where people are. So we're out at Maroubra now, so we've just finished doing a DBS with Steve. This is his SVR12, which is 12 weeks after he's finished his Hep C treatment.
And then when Julie told me we can do this at home, I was so happy. It's been quite good because I don't have to run around going place to place to pick up tablets. They came and delivered them. That was the best thing, came and delivered them. So this treatment's been fantastic for me.
I'm just so grateful that M6's there and around today, because if they weren't, I'd probably be overdosed, quite more than one time, and yeah, I'm so grateful to have them there.
So Will is a wonderful example of the values that we cherish in our staff members. He will give them the time, he won't make them feel stressed or hurried or judged, and he's a master about that dance that happens when we've got someone who's maybe interested in something. You don't want to push them, and Will has a wonderful way of just making people feel heard and valued.
The most important thing I do is I hold space with people, and it's often as simple and as complicated than that. Interventions that I do is I'll just walk up to people every single day and say hello with a smile and show that warmth. And then over time, something quite magical happens, and there's almost this accidental intimacy that forms, and then the trust forms. When I have earned that trust, then they're willing to go on the journey to treatment or support, or to get access to housing or drug treatment, or in this case, accessing hepatitis C when they've postponed making those decisions for a long time.
In stage 3, there's a sign on the wall before you exit, and it said, anyone interested in the Hep C program to see Will. And I asked the lady at the desk there if Will was here today, and he was there in a few moments, and did a 5-point blood finger test. And he sent that off and he explained it all to me, how it all goes, and went from there.
Simon has done incredibly well. I'm very admiring of him. He is now on long-term methadone treatment and doing very well in terms of his opioid dependence. And he's also got a sustained viral response at 12 weeks and is now cured of Hep C.
I was at a time in my life where I hadn't worked for about 20 years. I could feel my soul dying. I had knowledge, I had experience, I wanted change. I could see all the stuff that I had insight for that could be used. I just couldn't see a way to use it. When one day I walked into my methadone clinic and there was somebody from Newer in there, Lucy, and she was talking to people, engaging people on the line about a job that was going at Newer that involved peer support at my methadone clinic. Now, I knew that that was something I could do, so I applied for the job and I got it.
From top to bottom, we're peers. Like our board, our exec team, and our staff are all peers. The real thing it gives you is the commitment.
It's utterly important we have, as a fundamental, as a person-centred organisation, a person who uses drugs at the heart of what we do.
People come into the NSP generally for one reason, to pick up fits. The tools that I use are things like vein care. We have a light that we can shine on your arms and it shows the veins beneath the surface. If we start talking about veins and how they collapse and what they actually are, what they're made of, what they do, with people who have been using their veins for a long time, then you're on the same page, at least in a lot of areas. People feel that they can contribute then to a conversation. They're on mutual territory, and that's the understanding, that's the beginning.
So today it's hepatitis C. We don't know what tomorrow may bring, but through our partnerships, we know we'll be ready to face it.